They just wanted a quiet night out, a simple dinner, nothing more. But the moment they stepped into the upscale restaurant, eyes turned, whispers spread. Then the security guard approached. His words were cold, his actions even colder. Humiliated and forced out onto the street, they thought the night couldn't get worse. But what happened next? No one saw it coming. And in just 10 minutes, the man who kicked them out would regret it in ways he never imagined. Was justice finally served, or did the truth cut even deeper? It was supposed to be a special night. Marcus and Tiana had worked hard all week, looking forward to this rare evening out, a chance to enjoy good food, good company, and a break from the stress of daily life. Dressed in their best, they walked hand in hand into the upscale restaurant, the soft hum of jazz music filling the air. But the moment they stepped inside, something felt off. Conversations quieted. Eyes lingered too long. A subtle, unspoken message hung in the air. You don't belong here. Marcus glanced at Tiana, offering a reassuring squeeze of her hand. But even he couldn't ignore the tension crackling around them. Then the security guard appeared, his posture stiff, his gaze locked on them. They had no idea their night was about to take a turn they'd never forget. The security guard's voice cut through the restaurant like a blade. You two need to leave, now. Marcus blinked, confusion flashing across his face. Excuse me? Tiana's grip tightened around his hand, her nails digging into his palm. Conversations around them had completely stopped. Eyes locked on the scene, some filled with curiosity, others with silent approval. The guard's expression didn't change. Cold, unyielding. I said, this isn't your kind of place. Management doesn't want trouble. Marcus felt his stomach drop. The meaning was clear. They weren't welcome, not because of anything they had done, but because of who they were. A familiar, bitter taste rose in his throat. Tiana's voice was barely above a whisper, but firm. We have a reservation. The guard scoffed. Don't care. Leave, or I'll have you removed. Marcus glanced at the manager in the corner, watching but silent. The other diners? Not a single word in protest, just wide eyes and hushed whispers. Humiliation burned in his chest, but what could he do? Cause a scene? Fight back? He already knew how that would end. Another headline. Another story about a disruptive black couple. With a deep breath, he turned to Tiana. Let's go. As they stepped out into the cold night, anger simmered beneath Marcus's skin. This wasn't the first time. Would it ever be the last? But what neither of them knew was that, in just 10 minutes, everything was about to change. And the man who had just humiliated them, he was seconds away from the worst mistake of his life. Marcus and Tiana had barely made it down the sidewalk when they heard it, an unmistakable, frantic voice behind them. Sir, wait! They turned just in time to see the restaurant manager rushing out, his face pale, his hands trembling. But before he could speak, a black SUV screeched to a stop at the curb. The back door swung open. A man in an expensive suit stepped out, his expression thunderous. The owner, the security guard still standing at the entrance, stiffened. Sir, I was just... The man didn't let him finish. You threw out my guess. His voice was low, controlled, but lethal. The guard faltered. They didn't look like... The owner's expression darkened. Like they belonged? His gaze flickered toward Marcus and Tiana, then back to the guard. Do you have any idea who you just humiliated? The owner continued, his voice rising now. Do you know who they are? Marcus and Tiana exchanged confused glances. What was happening? The manager swallowed hard. Sir, this is Mr. Carter and his wife. The name sent a ripple through the small crowd gathering around them. Marcus could hear the hushed whispers. Recognition dawned in the security guard's eyes. Too late, because Marcus wasn't just any man. He was Marcus Carter, CEO of Carter Innovations, the tech company that had just signed a multi-million-dollar partnership with the restaurant's parent company. And in one careless, racist act, the guard had not only insulted him, he had cost himself everything. The owner's next words sent a shock wave through the air. "You're fired, effective immediately." The guard's face drained of color. He had thrown out a powerful man, but tonight it was him who was being thrown out. The security guard stood frozen, his career crumbling before his eyes. No apology, no justification could undo what had just happened. His mistake had cost him everything. But for Marcus and Tiana, the damage wasn't just about one ruined evening. It was about something deeper, something far too familiar. The humiliation, the assumption, the reminder that, even with success, their presence could still be questioned. The restaurant's owner, now realizing the weight of the moment, turned to them. "Mr. Carter, I can't express how sorry I am." Marcus looked at him, his expression unreadable. He wasn't interested in apologies. He was interested in change. Tiana reached for his hand, squeezing it gently. They didn't need a free meal. They didn't need empty promises. What they needed was for people to see, to understand that this wasn't just an isolated event. It was a reflection of something bigger. As they walked away, Marcus knew this moment wasn't just personal. It was a reminder of why he fought, why he spoke out, why he used his platform to challenge systems that let this happen over and over again. Because for every Marcus Carter, wealthy, successful, recognized, there were countless others who wouldn't get justice, who wouldn't be believed, who wouldn't be given the chance to walk away with their dignity intact. And that was the real problem. So the question remains, how many more times will this happen before people stop pretending it doesn't? Enjoyed this story? Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring tales. Let's spread the message of hope and unity together. Thanks and take care.